Don't start.
Most families live in houses, but we live in a double-decker bus.
We're a family of 7, living life a little differently.
This is 7 in a bus.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Purple Turd. Here's my glamorous sister Edie. I can't promise that she's not going to try and eat this microphone as I try and show you around the Purple Turd. So, we've not had the best weather for the past couple of months, so we've not really done much on the Purple Turd, but now that the weather is obviously improving, the sun is out more, I thought we'd show you around. Should we show everyone around? Starting with downstairs cat. Right. Very multi-talented here, trying to do it with 2 hands. Well, with 1 hand, shall I say. So let's jump in. This is going to be fun, doing it one-handed with the baby in tow. But this is the reality. So I'll get into the driver's seat. Oh, try not to fall. Don't start. So, as you can see, not much has really happened in the cab area. So before Edie was born, Conrad and Sam ripped out the loom and it's not really changed. So, yeah, I think it's because we got just sidetracked with other things. We've cut out the walkway, and over the next couple of weeks, Conrad will use the plasma cutter that he's got from Artec to cut out the bad metal, and then we'll start replacing the new metal. Please stop grabbing that. And then we're going to look at getting a custom dash. Is that right? And my Conrad's nodding his head at me because, yeah. And then what else has really happened in here?
We built 1 wall.
Yeah, so we built a wall. And then, so the plans for this area is going to be like an extra lounge space. It's going to have some comfy chair. Well, the driver's seat is going to be a driver's seat, but there's going to be, we'll get some comfy chairs, put some maybe cushions above the wheel arches this side, so that, yeah, if you just want a bit of space away from the rest of the house, you can just come in here and be a bit of a relaxing space, I guess, for everyone, because it is hard sometimes when everyone gets on top of everybody, so it's nice just to have a little extra space. And what do you think? Oh, Edie has no words. So let's go out and we'll have a look in the rest of the bus. Let's go inside this way and go and see what's inside this door. So let's start. Oh, shall I start with the bathroom or start over there? Sorry. Right. Oh, sorry, Edie. So we have still got a big massive hole in the floor. So the plans for this are to cut it all out with the plasma cutter, Conrad's new favourite toy, and then we're going to put a new floor in. And this area is going to be our kitchen. We were going to use it as the bathroom, but practicality wise we've decided not to put the bathroom there. So this is going to be a kitchen. I'm going to have some nice units. I'm going to have a pantry over there in this corner on this side. Fridge, freezer, anything that you get in a kitchen really.
No gas.
There's going to be no gas, which I'm looking forward to because really we don't use a lot of gas anyway, do we? You're looking very intently at that camera. Ooh. And then this side, I'm going to be careful not to cut myself on any loose metal. So this side is going to be our sofa area, our comfy area. We're going to make the whole length of it a big, massive sofa. Just somewhere to lounge. Because really, in the green bus, that's something that we don't have a lot of. We don't have a lot of lounging area, except for beds. And it's not good for anybody to just lounge in bed all day. So yeah, that's what that's going to be. Then we've decided to put our bathroom into this area, as you can see, with our temporary toilet. Don't know if it's going to be a temporary toilet or if it's going to be the actual toilet that we use, but yeah, so this is going to be blocked off. This is going to have a door. A lot of people might say that we don't have a lot of space when you first come into the door or on the entrance, but really this is the best way that the space works for us. The door opens outwards, it doesn't open inwards, so really you've got a lot of space, and the door to the bathroom is going to open. Is it going to open outwards or inwards? Yeah. So
Drying room.
We're going to have a drying room. So, thank you, Conrad, for telling me the next thing. So, in this far corner, there's a lot of wasted space in this room. Once upon a time, this was going to be the kitchen, but like I say, we've swapped the kitchen and the bathroom over. So, this is going to be a drying room, a space to put wet shoes, coats, anything wet. Can I have my microphone back, please? It's not for you. Yeah, so might put a few racks up. It'll be heated. It'll have a shower. It'll have a sink. Fully functioning bathroom and a flushing toilet. We're not going for is it an incinerator? We're not going for a composting or a cassette. It's going to be a proper flushing toilet with like a big massive waste tank underneath the bus. Because that's the biggest bane in the green bus, is emptying my cassette every 3 days.
I think what's quite important to get across in this video as well is that we're treating this like a normal house. Nothing is made for campers. Everything's 240 volt. The bathroom will be a fully flushing toilet like a normal house. It'll have a normal shower, power shower, like a normal house. So we're not going down the camping route with any of it. 1 or 2 bits which we'll come on to when we're upstairs, such as the Dometic air conditioning that's going in. But the rest of it is pretty much just sort of like 240 volt to make things simple.
Yeah, and it makes it easier when you're buying appliances. You don't have to get anything
special. I agree, Edie, yes. What's your thoughts?
I really want to eat this microphone.
Can't eat it.
So it's now time to go up these really steep stairs now. I hate these stairs and I can't wait to get a handrail put in. It's really quite difficult going up the stairs with a baby. So if I look really clumsy, I'm not going to drop the baby. It's just the way that it looks. So let's go. Which end?
Whichever end you want.
Let's go down to the kids' end. Right, walk all the way down. Sneak peek of on the way down. So let's start here. So as you can see, we've done some carpeting and some panelling. This is going to be the kids' lounge area. So we were gonna make some sofas, but we've decided not to. So we're going to buy some sofas. We found some that have got storage, built-in storage. Just something that we couldn't make. Well, we could have put a mind to it. But let's just find something for a bit of convenience, because why not? And then the kids are also going to have a media wall. So at the top, it's going to have a bookcase, TV, storage, maybe a couple of game consoles, just something to keep them occupied, because they are getting older. Social media and electronics are something that they like. Wouldn't you say, Conrad?
Yeah.
They all like to play a few games on their phones. So if we can make that accessible so that they can play nicely together. This will probably have some sensory equipment down here as well. Maybe one of them spinning chairs.
Maybe.
And now we will move on to the beds. So each child will have near enough a full size. There are near enough full size, aren't they? They're just a little. There may be a 1 centimetre like short or narrow, but if we made it full size, nobody would be able to get down the aisle. So as you can see, you can get a full sized human in there, fully grown human, shall I say? I would try it out, but I don't think I'll get in there with Edie. Oh, come on, Edie.
Come on, do it. Come on.
Let's have it. So my feet are there. Ooh! I can't lay down. But yeah, as you can see, I think you'll all get the gist of how big the beds are. They're normal height to the ground as well. And under the girls' bed is going to be some storage. And what else is... Oh, and there's also going to be some storage on the walls. And that each of them will be blocked off, so they've got like a little cabin, a little bunk, their own little space to get away from each other. Everyone's got a question about how dark it is. Yes, it's going to stay this dark in the girls' bunk beds, because there's going to be artificial light. There's not going to be a lot of natural light in the bedrooms here, which I don't see a big issue. they get outside enough. They go outside a lot, so vitamin D isn't going to be an issue. Then we have the girls' wardrobe space. Nice big space, can fit chest of drawers and some hanging space, so especially for Phoebe has a blazer for school, so somewhere for her to put her blazer and stuff. And then we have little Edie's bed on this side.
This one is slightly shorter.
This one is slightly shorter because
15 centimetres shorter than a normal bed.
Because we wasn't expecting Edie obviously to join us. But oh, you okay? Let's think about it. Let's put it into perspective. When Edie is 10, Phoebe is going to be what? Nearly 22. So I can't see Phoebe still being with us in the coach at 22 years of age. So we'll see. Oh, you're tired. Is all of this talking taking its toll on you? Oh dear. So Conrad's boxed out this window. As you can see, we've got like a little windowsill. What's the plans for here? Are we just using that as decoration?
Lego display.
Oh, bless you.
Lego,
yeah. So anything that we want displaying is going to be on there, and it makes it easier as well. Now that we've got a few ledges, you've got something to grab onto as you go down the stairs. Now Conrad's going to go first into mine and his bedroom. We already have a bed because we had a mattress and we needed to put the mattress somewhere, so we built the bed first. So Conrad has actually built this bed. He's built the bed frame out of some timber. And we've got some ply on top acting as the baseboard for a bed. He's also very cleverly built this media wall. I've got a bookcase, I've got some side storage spaces, and I think we've got some, are we going to get some lava lamps to go in the top there? So it's going to look very, very nice and very pretty. He's put all of the sideboards in. As you can see, we were just testing the panel in there on the side, but I think we might go with that all the way along. And then we've got two... Oh, are you showing what? Oh, we've got curtains. We have curtains that we're going to put to cover the windows, and then two cupboards. His and her cupboards.
So that's what the inside looks like at the minute. It's come together very quickly over the last couple of weeks, hasn't it? Yeah. With the weather just being better, on a Friday night after work, we can get down and do like 5 hours before it even starts getting dark, which is really helping. Obviously the carpet and the panellings make it look completely different, which is good. So we're starting to get...
It makes it feel homely. It gives us the vision of what it's actually going to look like when it's finished.
Yeah, and there's a bit more motivation with some other people like Phoebe, who's now getting to an age where she wants just to be with her mates, which is good. The things that have happened in the last couple of weeks, Dometic have very kindly come on board. They've sent us 2 Freshwell aircon units, which we'll be doing a video on very shortly. So in the summer when it's warm, it's 15 degrees outside today, and it's hot in here.
I was going to say it's warmer than 15 degrees in here.
I'm dripping. So that's going to be game changing in terms of keeping the bus at a nice temperature.
Especially for you.
Obviously we've got the H&L heater as well for the winter to keep it warm. Yep. So we've got best of both worlds on that.
I'm sorry if I'm making anyone seasick here.
I know, just rocking the baby. So let's go back outside and I'll show you what's gone on outside and what's left to do out there, because there's still quite a bit. So first up at the front, the bumper's still off. I have now got the metal for this bumper to replace the whole entire structure so that can go back on. Structurally it's sound at the front, doesn't need any welding, but that needs replacing. So that's my first job here. We've still got a crack in the windscreen. Now I've been told that this can be drilled out and repaired, so I'm going to make some inquiries on that because we need to get that sorted. The top windscreen needs to be covered in. I've got all my mirrors, that's all good. Our tyres have been done, thanks to Travis down at Dottie's. They're all looking good, so she's sitting a lot nicer. Now, upstairs we've been asked a lot about leaks. Upstairs it's fully watertight, no leaks. These are still leaking, so they're going to come back off and we're going to redo them with some different glue. What's that, Nicole?
The sun.
The sun. I am God. Okay, is that better? Okay, so we need to redo these because they're leaking. Underneath here, where the fuel tanks are, is okay. This is where the poo tank's going to go, underneath the toilet. So I need to do some adjustments in there to make sure the tank fits in. We still have a broken wishbone on the back wheel where we snapped it when we were changing the tyres. That's £1,000 from Volvo. Need to work on that. That's on my list. In the cupboard, we have our 1,000 litre water tank, all fitted. in a good place, just wants securing and the piping fit into it. That's a job to be done. And obviously
What else is going in there? Come on.
washing machine. So that's all good. Round the back, we've now emptied this out. That has in a few videos, probably a couple of months ago now. That's ready for our new heater. We're going to put the heater in there, so that's all good. Engine-wise, we're good. It's running. Everything's fine. Need an expansion tank because it's got a crack in it. Apart from that, it's the only thing that needs. Around here, the airbox, that's now all in, but I just need to make it safe and secure it in spot. But that's done. Roof rack. This is the beginning of our roof rack. Solar panels, and obviously our decking area, which is going to go on the roof. It still needs a lot of work. Decking area just for me. Peace and quiet area. And then obviously we've got, let me just pull this forward. Oop. This is the first start of where obviously split charge will start putting their stuff in. So I think in this side will be like inverter, like the Sterling, all the solar controllers will go in there, and obviously next door will be the Fogstar batteries because they're humongous, so they need to go into there for a bit more space. And that is pretty much it. That's a year and a half worth of work. That's how long we've owned this bus now, and it's certainly been a challenge. But I think January next year is when we'll be in it. It's slowly coming together now, and I'm quite positive that we can get it done for then. So, just a quick video to show you what we've been up to. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can't comment now unless you subscribe to the channel. Crazy stuff. We're on Facebook. You can check us out there, and on TikTok. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.